everybody, and welcome to the Comic Book Burrito Extra Beef. My name's Darian.
My name's Landon.
And today we have another movie that is a movie, like last week's movie. But this is a different movie. This is 1997's Spawn.
Ooh. No. y'all just, I guess y'all want us to suffer.
This episode was a special request by one who shall go as Spillman in this, and we will do requests if people request them, and we have no other ideas, which happens a lot. So
yeah, happens too much, in fact.
Yes, so we love suggestions, so just send them our way. And this one is our first suggestion, so thanks for that.
Yeah, all the way from Spillville.
Yeah. And but this movie came out in 1997, had Michael Jai White played Spawn?
I believe so.
And he had John Leguizamo as the Violator.
Well, it's Clown and Violator.
Well, it's like the same thing.
Well, I know he did I don't know if he voiced Violator, but I know he did like the makeup and all that for Clown. He was like,
Mm-hmm.
I know that for a fact.
Yeah. And then Martin Sheen as oh man, I just literally just watched the movie. What was his name?
I don't know.
Hold on. Jason Wynn. That's who it was. And yeah, so I sat down to watch this movie this morning, and you watched it last night?
Yeah, I watched it last night as soon as we got done recording. Okay.
Yes, last night we recorded episode 9 of the Comic Book Burrito, which this will go, I'm going to probably announce this at the beginning of every Extra Beef. This is the side podcast. This is our little one-off where we just talk about one certain thing, and that's it for the whole episode. But if you watch the Comic Book Burrito, which I would rather you watch that than this, but I mean, I want you to watch both, but still. That is the main podcast. That is the what's a good thing to call it?
A side job.
No, this is the side job. That is the main job.
That's the job that gets.
Yes, that's it over there. So please go check that out. You'll be seeing this on Wednesday, September 1st, I think. Yeah.
Wednesday, yeah.
And that is 2 days before I go see Shang-Chi and the Legends of the Ten Rings in theaters, and you'll see it the next day, and then we record the next episode of the Comic Book Burrito. But so next week there will not be an Extra Beef episode. We talked about this. Yeah, we talked about this on the podcast like yesterday, but it's because I'm going to be out of town, and we're just not going to have time to record it. So this will be possibly like a little tiny, like mid-season finale of.
Mid-season finale. What a way to go out.
Yes. People love making us watch horrible movies. So let's get into Spawn. I was trying to just talk as long as possible because I want to make this episode long, but there's still not much to talk about with this movie.
I think we. I mean, me and you both have the same feelings with this, and like Hulk.
Well, hold on. Right before we get into it, though, I want to go ahead and plug the social medias and everything, so we don't have to do that at the end. If throughout any time in this episode you have any questions, comments, corrections, concerns, you can tell me. You can hit me up on Instagram at DarianH4404. It's DARIENH 4404.
You can hit me up on my official account on Spider_Landon. You get me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, for that matter. So,
and the official Facebook account for our page or for our podcast, the Comic Book Burrito : official page, and then Landon, what about the Instagram one?
It's the_comic_burrito.
Very creative.
Yeah, very creative. They won't allow spaces, so I had to manage a bit.
Yeah. But yeah, go hit us up if you need anything. Any, like I said, questions, comments, corrections, concerns. And I think that's it. How you been doing, by the way?
I've been doing good. Again, as I said on the podcast before, I'm really happy. We got the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer. I'm excited for Shang-Chi to come out.
But if you want to hear us talk about that, you got to go watch the Comic Book Burrito.
Yes. I don't know. Just, it's been a good week. I've been doing good, though. How about you?
I've been doing really good. And from what we talked about in the last episode, there's some exciting stuff possibly coming to Extra Beef.
Yes.
Very, very soon.
Very, very exciting stuff.
Yes. Let's just say keep the date October 27th on your calendar.
Yeah. We're going to get Tobey Maguire and Kevin Feige.
Yes, Kevin Feige has agreed to join the podcast as the third host.
The day that happens is the day
we quit the podcast.
I quit the podcast, which is never. No, it will never happen.
So
let's just talk about. Let's stop stalling. I
want to talk about it. Okay. Spawn.
Yeah, Spawn. Boring. I mean, I think it's more boring than Hulk, but that is probably that's probably a really unpopular opinion. But
it is a very unpopular opinion. I don't agree with it at all.
So, are we going to fire me?
Yes.
Or something? Okay. Oh, bye everyone. I don't know. It didn't do it for me.
This movie I enjoyed more than I enjoyed Hulk. Did I like the movie? No, but I still enjoyed it more than Hulk, and I hated Hulk. Hulk.
I prefer. I say the one thing I really loved about this movie was Clown and Violator.
Yeah.
The CG, I mean, for when this came out, 95, 97?
97.
97. Okay. The CGI, I know it was early CGI, but man, hell in this movie is so weird looking. Like Satan looks like a dog.
That wasn't him, was it?
It was like
it was just like some demon.
It was he has a name, but I don't remember it. It was here we go. I don't remember. I don't remember his name because it's like the devil.
We're about to find out.
It's not or something.
All right, let's see.
But like it looks awful because
Malbolgia.
Malbolgia.
Malbolgia or something like that. The Spawn enters a clown-like demon named Violator sent by Malbolgia, who acts as his guide down the path to evil.
Mm.
Here, but let's read some reviews real quick of this movie because I just found them and we'll see what other people think.
Mm-hmm.
This person rated it 3 stars. I really enjoyed this. I enjoyed this film far more than I expected to. I'd seen it as a kid and thought it was great fun being the try-hard goth that I was, but didn't expect the Blu-ray copy I recently bought to maintain my interest like it did. That's a really long review. I'm not going to read all that, but he somewhat enjoyed the movie. He said it's not actually that bad of a film depending on how you look at it. It's very artistically experimental, has a fittingly dark tone, and features some great costumes and makeup effects. A slow story, dull script, and some dated CGI, particularly the end. Let it down, but there are moments of fun to be had. Won't be for everybody, but superhero fans should somewhat enjoy it. ...
Ain't too bad. I mostly agree with that. The CGI ain't good, but the makeup effects on like clown and stuff are really good.
Here we go. This is by Anita Dunham. It's horrible. Absolutely horrible. The CGI is horrible. The acting is horrible. The thought of toning down the violence is horrible. Everything about this movie is just horrible. So the movie does have some upsides. The makeup effects and costume designs are amazing, but the special effects, look at their rendition of hell. It looks so bad a YouTuber could easily have it on a green screen. Some people may be excited by the new movie, but seeing as how it's going to have a budget of only $10 million, and since it's not even going to revolve around Spawn and is going to focus on side characters instead, I am in fact quite sure that this will also be horrible. Just watch the animated series. It's dark, It's gritty. It's violent. It is not horrible. It's perfect.
Well, that was the next piece of news. I was going, well, not news, but thing I was going to say. I was like, probably the one good thing that probably came out of this movie was the television series.
Mhm.
Because, to be fair, I haven't finished the whole thing, but I remember I watched like an episode or two not too long ago, and it was like really good. I think it was on it was like on one of those channels. I don't remember what channel it was on, but it was like a channel they could get away with stuff a lot. I don't know if it was like Spike or MTV or whatever, but it was they got away with some stuff, and it was a really good show.
There were some racist jokes in this movie. It sounded like
God. Yeah, there is, but I was because I never seen this movie until last night.
It came on HBO. Wait, the TV show came on HBO, I think.
HBO, okay.
That's why they got away with stuff.
Yeah, I should have guessed that, because that's usually one of the top ones that do that.
Mm-hmm. This was Game of Thrones before Game of Thrones.
This, I don't know, it was edgy. I mean, and I think also Spawn was already popular even without the movie.
Yeah, so he was relatively new, wasn't he? Like, what year did Spawn? Let's see, what year did Spawn?
He was obviously a 90s or late 80s.
I don't want to, not the movie, the comics.
Also,
1992. First issue was shipped in May 1992, and it sold 1.7 million copies, making it the best-selling independent comic book to date.
Yeah. I mean, Spawn was popular already because, I mean, it's 90s, you know, you got the grunge, edgy stuff. Yeah. I mean, it was popular and good reason, too. Mm-hmm. Because Spawn, I was telling this to, the man known as Spillman. I was telling him I love Spawn comic books.
Hey, he's getting a lot of shout outs. He's going to be asking for a slice of the profit here.
Let me get half of our 17 cents. So, I mean, literally the comics are obviously, I mean, it's Todd McFarlane, and I love his work with his illustrations and everything. Mm-hmm. But I believe he also wrote them, and he doesn't really have the best writing as preferred with other comic book writers. I can't think of an example right now, but he over exaggerates things to get to the, Spillman's all get to the point, and me and him both agreed on that.
Yeah.
But I would say that's probably my only issue with Spawn comics, but I mean, they were good at the time. And still I pick one up every now and then, and I have a great time reading it.
Yeah.
We're talking about everything besides the movie. Well, we're going into a little bit of history here.
Yeah. The movie, okay, it starts out, there's a really, really long intro credit scene.
Not very long.
Yeah, and with somebody doing a voiceover. And then you see people getting off a plane. I think is the opening scene. And then somebody assassinates 4 people on the plane, but it kills a bunch of other people too. And you find out it is the main character of the movie, Al Simmons, who will eventually become Spawn. Yeah. And he was hired by Wynn, I think, to kill him. I don't know. He was an assassin, and he has a wife. No, maybe his fiance.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it is his fiance. You're right.
Yeah, her name is Wanda, not to be confused with Wanda Maximoff. It's because Spawn is not part of DC or Marvel. He is Image Comics.
Yeah,
it's separate. Mm-hmm. And
I also want to point out, I used to get the origin for Spawn and RoboCop mixed up all the time, because it's very similar in a way, only that Spawn, his human life, he was never a cop,
Yeah.
So, because similar things happen, they both have a betrayal in a way, or an accident happens where they get shot up like crazy. Here he gets blown up, correct?
Yes.
Okay, because again, I get mixed up with the two. But anyways, continue.
But we meet Wanda and a guy named Terry, who is a friend of Al Simmons, and he said, okay, one more job. This is it. He said he's over. He's done with it after this. He goes. He was given the job by Wynn, his boss, of going to stop a nuclear explosion. I think it was.
Yeah.
And so he goes to this biochemical plant, and he's stopping it, and he finds out that Wynn was going to set off the bomb himself and kill everybody. And I feel like 8,000 people or something like that, I think is what the number he said. And this girl, I don't know her name. She was playing with a spider at the beginning of the movie. She shot Al Simmons, and he's down on the ground, hurt. And then they sprayed acid on his face too, I think. It didn't really seem to do anything to him, but which was weird. And then, basically, when that girl leave, and then the place blows up, and with Simmons still there. Wake up! He wakes up. What? He went to hell, didn't he?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, and then he woke up on a roof.
I don't remember if do they call hell something else, or is it just hell?
It was hell.
Okay.
And he woke up.
I feel like they called it something else in the movie. Like it was hell, but it was like something different in a way. So I just can't remember.
So then he wakes up on a roof. I don't know how that worked. It was the next scene I remember. And then you meet the clown, played by John Leguizamo. And
my favorite character in the movie.
He said he's kind of like he's around throughout basically the whole movie.
Yeah,
and he's really annoying. But so in my opinion, I didn't. Even though John Leguizamo voiced him or played him or whichever one he did. He wasn't my favorite character, but it's because he was kind of annoying.
Yeah, that's why I liked him. I was like, oh, this guy was great.
And there was one scene where he opened a trash can and found a piece of pizza with maggots all over it and an anchovy. He was like, ew, hate anchovies. He took anchovy off and ate the pizza with the maggots on it.
I know. That's crazy. That's why I liked it.
Jeez,
I was like, this is amazing right here.
Oh my gosh. But let's see. So Al Simmons he's now Spawn. They don't give him that name until a little bit later in the movie, but I'm just gonna call him Spawn. So Spawn, his face is all burned. He's all messed up, and he kind of disguises himself as a homeless person. And he's going around, seeing the city, and he decides to go to his family. And you also meet this guy, I don't know, is Cagliostro, I think is what his name was.
Yeah, I believe it. Yeah, that's his name.
You meet him, and he's trying to talk to Spawn. Spawn doesn't want to hear it. He said, I got a family. And then he goes, find his family, and there's a birthday party going on. He goes in the backyard and finds out that his friend Terry from earlier in the movie is now with Wanda. And they have a kid.
Yeah, you kind of find out he's been gone for years.
Yeah, 5 years, I think it's been.
Yeah, 5 years.
And then the little kid, their kid Cyan, comes up to Spawn and is like, hey, you want some candy or something like that? And something happened, and then the mom found out, and then so did Terry, and then this whole thing happened. But during the same time, the clown was disguised as a birthday party clown. And he turns around and sees that Spawn is there. So he goes back and says that he covers for me. He's like, oh, this is my friend Crispy or something like that.
Crispy. Nice.
Yeah. And he takes him away. And I don't remember the scene after that. I don't have to say every scene. I'm just going to go through the main plot of the movie But stuff happens. They tell Spawn that he can do something. Like he gets something if he avenges his murder and kills Wynn.
Mm-hmm.
And so
they say he can have like his old life back or whatever.
Yeah. And
yeah, that's what they sell him.
Mm-hmm. Here, hold on. Let me look up this movie so I can explain a little bit better, because I know I'm missing some stuff and that's kind of annoying me. One momento. All right. We're going on Wikipedia. Oh, yeah.
Totally. Totally a great story.
This movie got $87.9 million worldwide.
Ooh.
Okay, here we go. Here, I'll just read this. Restarting everything. Okay? Restarting this whole plot synopsis, because this is a shorter version of what I was saying. U.S. Marine Force Recon Lieutenant Colonel and CIA operative Al Simmons is assigned by his superior, Jason Wynn, to infiltrate a biochemical weapons plant in North Korea, despite Simmons' growing moral qualms with the nature of his work. Unknown to Simmons, Wynn has ordered his top assassin, Jessica Priest, to murder him while he is on the mission. After Simmons dies, he's set on fire by Wynn, and the flames cause the plant to explode. Simmons arrives in Hell where one of the rulers of Hell, Malbolgia, offers him a Faustian deal. If Simmons becomes his eternal servant and leader of his army in Armageddon, he will be able to return to Earth to see his fiancée, Wanda Blake. Simmons accepts the offer and returns to Earth. Upon his return as Spawn, he learns that 5 years have passed since his death. Wanda is now married to his best friend, Terry Fitzgerald, who is living as the stepfather to his daughter, Cyan. Spawn encounters a clown-like demon named Violator, sent by Malbolgia, who acts as his guide down the path to evil. Spawn also meets and befriends a young homeless boy named Zach and a mysterious old man named Cagliostro, a fellow Hellspawn, who has successfully freed his soul and now fights for heaven. Spawn learns that Wynn is now a weapons dealer and has developed a biological weapon called Heat-16. During a reception, Spawn attacks Wynn, kills Jessica, and escapes with the help of his necroplasm armor, which, I mean, his design looked awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he looked like Spawn, obviously. But
yeah, like Spawn. That's the only weird part was like the cape. But even then,
it was kind of like cool. Glowing.
Yeah, and it was never there. It was kind of weird how it worked. Like it would, it was kind of like Doctor Strange's cloak, where it almost had like a mind of its own. I don't know. That's what I feel like. That's what was going on. But
yeah.
But I mean, don't quote me on that.
Following the attack by Spawn, Violator convinces Wynn to have a device attached to his heart that will release Heat-16 worldwide if his vital signs flatline as a deterrent against assassination attempts. Malbolgia wants Simmons to kill Wynn and initiate the apocalypse. Spawn confronts Violator, who turns into his demonic form and beats him down. Cagliostro rescues him and teaches him how to use his necroplasm armor with Zack. Spawn learns that Violator and Wynn are going to kill Terry, Cyan, and Wanda. Terry sends an email incriminating Wynn to a fellow newsman. Just as the email sent Cyan and Wynn into the room, Wynn destroys Terry's computer and takes the family hostage. Spawn, Cagliostro, and Zack arrive and nearly kill Wynn, but Spawn extracts the device from Wynn's body instead and destroys it. With his plan foiled, Violator sends Spawn and Cagliostro to Hell, where they both battle the demon before subduing it. Spawn is then confronted by Malbolgia and tells the demon that he will never lead Hell's army. Spawn escapes with Cagliostro just before they are overwhelmed by Malbolgia's forces, and Violator, having recovered, follows them. A final battle ensues, ending with Spawn decapitating the demon with his chains. Violator's head taunts the group and threatens his return before melting and returning to Hell. Wynn is arrested, and Spawn, realizing there's no place for him in Wanda's world anymore, dedicates himself to justice rather than succumbing to his lust for vengeance, and returns to the streets with Cagliostro and Zack.
Yep, that's what happens.
Yep.
Thank you, Wikipedia.
This movie is not for everybody. I just say that.
Yeah, yes, it really is.
I didn't even really like the movie. Like it's not like it's just too. I don't like movies that are like depend too much on like. I mean, if it's about something like demons and stuff like that, like it's cool. It's all right for like a little bit, but like this is just like way too demon heavy, and it's like I know get this what Spawn is, but like it's not really something for me.
Yeah, I mean this. as much I'm into the superhero stuff, this movie isn't really for me either. It was okay. It was just really boring. It's not even boring. It's just like it feels like a movie that's gross to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense? I don't know. Oh, like probably like right after I watched it, I'd like take a shower or something. Because like I saw the effects of hell and obviously seeing clowns sometimes. I'm all like, what in the world?
Yeah.
So
by the way, Todd McFarlane makes a cameo appearance as a homeless man.
Yeah, I've seen that. After I got done watching the movie, I watched a little bit like it's like Easter eggs you didn't know. I saw that one.
Mm-hmm.
And there's that whole like homeless man subplot as well. Like Spawn's like talking to this guy or something. You know what I'm talking
about? Yeah.
I mean, it kind of teaches him how to like be like a better person or something like that.
Mm-hmm. I was reading some stuff about the film was released on VHS in 1998 in a PG-13 version and R-rated director's cut version. The director's cut version included 45 minutes of additional footage, a making of Spawn featurette, an interview with Todd McFarlane, a music video for "Can't You Trip Like I Do," performed by electronica duo The Crystal Method. The director's cut version was released in 1998 and on Blu-ray in 2012.
Huh. Okay. What's the version we watched? Because we both watched
the normal. We watched the normal one,
like the PG-13 version.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe the R-rated version's better, but I don't know.
Rotten Tomatoes. The film has a score of 17% based on reviews from 46 critics.
Ooh.
The website consensus states Spawn is an overbearing, over-violent film that adds little to the comic book adaptation genre. On Metacritic, it has a score of 34 out of 100 based on reviews from 17 critics, indicating generally unfavorable reviews. Audiences polled by CinemaScore gave the film an average grade of C+ on an A+ to F scale.
I mean,
let's see. You want to read some more reviews off of this to see what people are saying?
Yeah.
This person's definitely paid to say this.
It's like a 5-star.
Great movie, followed by the comics to a T. This is the kind of movie that you really have to be a fan of Spawn to actually appreciate, and not just some idiot critic like us who doesn't know anything about the characters. All in all, great CGI, great actors overall, great movie.
It's times I wish again we had the man Spillman in here. I know he loves Spawn, so I wish. I honestly really wish you could just make sure this is comic because I mean it didn't look like it to me, but I know it has. I mean, obviously it has the characters in there, and I'm assuming the origin is pretty accurate.
Yeah, it probably is.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe it is accurate. It's just not portrayed well. I guess that's just the issue. Yeah.
This says, I saw this a few years ago, and it was without a doubt the worst movie I've ever seen in my life. I've been trying to remember the name of it for ages, so I could give it 1 star. Please do not watch.
I give it credit though. It has a freaking cool cover. We're just like Spawn in the shadow. I'm like, oh heck yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. Let's see. I just saw one and I was gonna read it. I'm only 11 years old and Spawn may be violent, but man, this movie is great. I'm so happy that Spawn is coming to Mortal Kombat 11.
I totally forgot he was. I tried my best to get good with it. He wasn't my guy.
Nice movie to take a look back at how in the 90s CGI, but overall it's a good movie that you can enjoy. Here we go. Another 1 star. One of the worst films I ever watched. Corny and bad acting don't even make sense either. Unrealistic. I've seen better cartoons. The whole film and everything about it is woeful.
It is woeful.
This person said, Hunter Shirts gave it 3 stars, said, it was I'm watching a video on Todd McFarlane right now in business class. Pretty cool.
Yeah, I remember hearing, I don't know. It just wasn't good. You know what I'm saying? Like,
this one's great.
Not much to say.
This movie is so bad. You will too burn with revenge after watching this. An insult to this character.
Pretty. I mean,
Oh, man. We need to read reviews at the end of every extra beef. These are fun.
this almost feels like a.
That's a lovely cape. Where can I get one of those? That's the review.
It honestly feels like this is a Ghost Rider situation where like everything's boring, but like when Ghost Rider or Spawn shows up, it's actually kind of cool.
Mhm.
You know, because I was surprised I have a Ghost Rider because I mean besides Nicolas Cage going like being Nicolas Cage in that movie,
Yeah.
when Ghost Rider shows up, it's like awesome.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel the same way about this, except when he's Spawn in hell. I hate it.
Yeah.
Just because I don't know that God, what's his name? Like the big dog guy or whatever.
Oh, Malbolgia.
Yeah, Malbolgia. Like, he literally I can't watch him. It looks weird.
Yeah. This person, Dark Vader Skywalker, rated it 5 stars, said, "This movie goog. Spawn was super hot."
This is really like the best example of like product of the time.
Worst word isn't enough for this movie.
Worst word.
Hope it turns out to be better than the original movie. What?
Mm-hmm.
This is the original movie. Worst movie. 1 star. Does this movie even have a rating? Question mark.
Well, what's your hopes? It sounds like people either hate it or just somewhat just think it's okay.
Well, let me read this last review real quick. This sums it up pretty nicely. Elijah Hopkins said, "Big sus, Fortnite gang."
Is that really? That really?
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Jackson Bart said, "I like turtles."
I like. Oh, God.
Austin Fitzpatrick came in with the "Never seen this movie before."
Just never seen this movie before. That's all he said.
It's got 3.9 stars from 100 ratings. There are a lot of 5-star reviews. It's weird.
I think those are just those are people like me who give 5 stars to Marvel's Avengers just so it can keep alive.
Yeah, probably.
By the way, I gave Avengers a 4 star. Just to be clear.
This person said on Rotten Tomatoes, "This barely coherent hunk of junk is like a cheap horror film with only a suggestion of the grisliness that appeals to the fans of cheap horror films." This guy went off technical with it. "A moodily malevolent, anything goes revenge fantasy that relies more upon special visual and digitally animated effects for its intended appeal than any comics-derived sci-fi to date."
Moodily malevolent.
Yes, moodily malevolent.
First I've heard that word.
As a movie, Spawn can't make up its mind what it wants to be any more than its protagonist knows who he is or what he wants to be. This movie has aged about as well as a banana in the sweltering sun.
A banana in a sweltering sun. That's the first I've heard of that one.
It's simply a parade of toys and tricks without a jot of playfulness, knowing humor or campery to endear itself. So, with that, here with all of y'all hearing,
people either hate it or just think it's below and okay,
Yeah. And
so, I agree. So,
yeah, what would you rate this movie?
Like what? Like out of 10 or something?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
5. Well, it's either between like a 4 or 5.
I think I like 4.
4. Okay, I'll go with 4. Because I think it's below and okay.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, 4 for them. Below average.
All right.
I think didn't I give Hulk 4? I believe so.
Yeah, you might have. I don't remember.
Okay.
This
and by the way, you said you like this more than Hulk. So and I like Hulk better because at least like I don't know. There's no at least with any of it. I just like Hulk more.
Yeah.
All right. Okay? So what's your hopes for like the new movie though? Because I have heard it is not Spawn ain't the focus. It's like
it's been nearly. And now moving to this. This is by Cinema Blend. It's been nearly a quarter of a century since the 1997 release, the first adaptation of Todd McFarlane's Spawn comic book series. And while the movie wasn't a success with critics or mainstream audiences, the Michael Jai White-led anti-hero blockbuster has become something of a cult classic in recent years for some reason. And during that time, there has been talk of the powers that being making the Spawn reboot now. The original film has become so beloved by a growing portion of the ongoing movie-going audience. But what's the deal with that? The Spawn reboot has had a long road with an even longer one ahead of it, as the character's creator, Todd McFarlane, struggles to get the project off the ground despite being funded by one of the biggest names in horror movies, as well as having a cast consisting of the likes of Jamie Foxx and Jeremy Renner, Electro and Hawkeye. But again, what's the deal with this new version of Spawn? Well, buckle in, because this is going to be a wild ride through the pits of development. Heck. Yeah. Here we go. Jamie Foxx is attached to the film's lead role and seems stoked to be involved. Jamie Foxx's name has been in the news a lot for another comic book movie with his reprisal of Electro in the upcoming Spider-Man threequel in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But the actor who has been attached to the star as the titular anti-hero in the Spawn reboot is pretty stoked to be working with Todd McFarlane, as he told Cinema Blend in 2020. His quote was, I surprised Todd McFarlane. I said, bro, I know that one day you will do this movie, and I hope you keep me in mind. What Black Panther did was let us know that it's necessary, and it's the time. And Spawn is just an interesting character in itself. The heads that are being put together to bring you something special. Look out.
Look out.
Mm-hmm. What's that?
Okay. I'll just say okay with that. I hope. I mean, I think it would be cool to see Spawn come back again. I know everybody was really honestly, Spawn is still, I was looking from the votes on our polls. Some people want us to talk about Spawn, and Spawn is clearly in demand. Mm-hmm. From what it looks like, more than Spider-Man PlayStation 4, or so clearly people still have a love for Spawn, and I'm all for a movie right now. I think it'd be great to have one. I hope it's good. That's all I can say about that. I hope it's good.
Jeremy Renner has been attached as Detective Twitch Williams since 2018. Jeremy Renner, who's no stranger to comic book movies, has been attached to the role of Detective Maximilian Stephen Percival Twitch Williams III in the Spawn reboot since as far back as 2018, when it was announced that the Hawkeye actor would be joining Jamie Foxx in Todd McFarlane's directorial debut. For those not familiar with Twitch Williams, in the Spawn comics, the character is an NYPD detective who helps the anti-hero achieve his goals after returning from the pits of hell. Mm-hmm. In July 2018, Todd McFarlane credited Jamie Foxx with helping him convince Jeremy Renner to join the project after seeing the pair in Fox's off-script interview series sponsored by Grey Goose Vodka. Todd
Sorry. You can go on.
Todd McFarlane wants to make a Spawn movie that is more R-rated than Deadpool.
Okay.
Something that Todd McFarlane is attempting to do with the Spawn reboot that couldn't be done with the 1997 original is get an R rating, as opposed to more sensitized PG-13 rating the first effort earned prior to its release. During a panel at Ace Comic-Con in early 2018, McFarlane made it abundantly clear that he wanted to pursue a more mature rating that would give him more liberties with the Spawn reboot, but that he also wanted it to be more R-rated than Deadpool. At the panel, Spawn's creator explained that he wants more violence than Deadpool, which largely received its mature rating for nudity and language.
Mm-hmm.
The success of 2019's Joker had a positive effect on the Spawn reboot.
Yeah, that's good. Obviously, already super. The Suicide Squad.
The movie's being made by Blumhouse Productions, the horror movie company.
Okay. And
Jason Blum, the owner of it, said that May 2020 that Spawn is in active development as of last year.
Good. I just do hope it's good. Do you think they would get? Do you think they're gonna get to play as Clown? Do you think they're gonna get John Leguizamo?
I doubt it.
You doubt it? I don't know. He was in Mandalorian and he was in like a practical effect. So
yeah, I think maybe, I don't know. But this says the original Spawn actor Michael Jai White didn't have high hopes for the reboot in December of 2020. He says his quote was, Todd McFarlane's been trying to get a new movie up and going for 23 years, so I don't know. The last time I saw him, he was telling me about his idea of Spawn being ethereal fog that you don't see, like Jaws, and he strikes and you never see him. And I'm like, okay, good luck with that. personally, I wish him well. That would be a major investment.
Yeah, so yeah, it does sound like he doesn't have high hopes.
That being said, it seems like Michael J. White doesn't really want to do anything with the Spawn reboot.
Yeah.
Still plenty of unknowns, especially when it comes to the movie, what it's all about, when it will come out, or even if it will enter production after years of planning. And although we have to wait for Todd McFarlane's directorial debut, there are still many great movies coming out in the time before this film.
Yeah, Spider-Man No Way Home. Just
yes.
that is going to be. Oh man, let's just can we just talk about Spider-Man No Way Home instead of Spawn? Okay. Worth a shot. I'll get my chance one day. Okay. Yeah.
We could extend the special little marathon we're doing on here 1 week, and we could have the last week, which is a couple of days before Spider-Man No Way Home drops, to talk about our expectations for the movie and what we are excited.
Okay. I expect Batman and Superman to show up in the movie. I expect to win $1 million.
I want to see the Justice League versus the Spider League.
I just see Topher Grace's Venom and Tom Hardy's Venom team up.
I want to see Emma Stone's Gwen Stacy.
I also would like to see probably Cliff Robertson make a comeback, even though he's been dead for a while, but they can do it.
Yes.
And just add Spider-Man 4, the whole movie, as an after credit scene.
Yeah.
There. That's my expectations.
Yeah, but that's pretty much all I can really think about to talk about this movie.
Yeah, boring movie. I would recommend it just if you want like a good laugh, but even then, I don't know.
Yeah,
just do what you think is best for your sanity.
Yeah,
sanity.
We are but mere podcasters. We review based on our opinions, but your opinions may be different than ours. So, as you heard on the reviews, almost everyone hated this movie except for a select few mad people. You could be one of those people.
A select few paid people.
Yes, probably.
I mean, if you have a different opinion than us, let us know so we can either duke it out or perfectly agree with you.
Yeah,
whichever you want us to do with you. You want us to be a sellout? We'll do it. We will do it.
Yeah. Well, I can't really think of anything else.
No. What? What's the what?
Ed Asner, whose career spans from the Mary Tyler Moore Show, Pixar's Up, and much more, has died at the age of 91. He voiced Carl in Up.
Oh, hasn't he been dead though?
No, he just died today.
Oh.
Carl's with Ellie now. Oh.
Carl's wow. Literally, Up is only good for like.
No, Up is one of my favorite Pixar movies. You take that back.
I only like the first 15 minutes. I only like the first 15 minutes of it.
You monster!
I'm not a monster. I'm just a realist, or whatever you call it. No, I'm kidding.
Okay, everybody, thank you for watching today.
This is my last appearance on the comic book.
He'll mysteriously get pushed off a cliff in the next week.
You'll get the man Stillman on here for me instead of me.
Yeah, he'll be the co-host.
He'll be the co-host. I'm always the co-host, I guess.
Yeah, you are now. You were the second host, but now you're just the co-host because you dissed Up. Well, now next you're going to say that you don't like Wall-E.
I only like the Earth.
Don't even talk to me. Okay, we're going to end this podcast episode right now. Thank you, everybody, so much for tuning in this week. There will be no extra beef next week, as I mentioned, but you can check out the Comic Book Burrito on Sunday of next week, where we talk about Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings and What If Episode 4. And a lot to talk about next week.
Sounds good.
Yeah, hopefully a new trailer. No doubt. That's way too much.
Hopefully a new trailer for Spider-Man No Way Home comes out the week after.
Yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and pop off.
Okay. See you guys.
Yep. Wait a second. Okay. Yeah. Now I'm ready to hop off.
Okay. Now you're ready. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Bye,
wait. Okay. I'm ready.
What?
Wait. This is your punishment for saying that you didn't like Up. I'm just gonna like keep you mad, but like delaying the end of this podcast.
And Wally.
And Wally.
I only like the Earth parts of Wally.
Okay, everybody. Now we're gonna end it off. So thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you guys when we see you.
Hopefully, I'll see you guys next week.
Don't be too hopeful.
Clearly, I'm not. I'm not in the right here.
No.
Here. Well, yeah. See you guys.
See ya. Excelsior!